Welcome to India and England News. Our guest today is Deepa Agrawal. She has been very active with a Hindi Manch youth program. She is a director and a teacher at Shishu Bharati. She is also president of Indian Americans of Burlington. We are going to honor her as Outstanding Woman of the Year 2024 at our 21st Annual Women of the Year Awards Gala. We are going to talk to her today about her journey to the volunteer work and the community service. Deepa, welcome to our studio.
Thank you, Vendraji.
And it's a real pleasure to have you here in the studio.
It's my pleasure as well.
And we are looking forward to honoring you on April 26th.
Thank you for that again.
Now, we had so many nominations for you for this award, and I'm so glad that you are here today. And most of the nominations talked about your volunteer work. And so let's start with a Hindi Manch first.
Okay.
How Hindi Manch has impacted your life?
So I've been working with Hindi Manch from last 7-8 years now, and it's my pleasure to work and learn so much from Pritesh Srivastav is there.
Pritesh is the president and the founder of Hindi Manch.
That's correct.
Sure.
Jharna Madan, Raksha Soni, Sneh Jai Singh, Ajay Jai Singh, Anish Khanzode.
Mm-hmm.
So these people and many other volunteers are there in Hindi Manch.
And I know all of them.
Yes, of course, you know everyone. Yeah.
Sure.
So these people are so loving and there is so much to learn and they have so much of passion and they give you an encouragement to learn more, to do more. So that's where this and Hindi Manch is bringing not only the Indian community who speak Hindi, but even now we see the non-Indian people also joining Hindi Manch.
Mm-hmm.
So Hindi Manch is a very, very welcoming and very connecting to all the people, and that's what I like about Hindi Manch. The Hindi Manch has been doing very fantastic job in promoting our Indian language, Hindi language, and bringing our community together.
You have a special passion for the kids and youth. So
Right.
where does that come from and how does it play into Hindi Manch?
So like, I'm also a teacher at Shishu Bharati. So I have been, and not only here, but back in India. So I used to always take tuitions at India and I used to teach artworks in India. So I always was passionate about teaching kids and interacting with kids. I like to always interact. The kids are very, I would say like they learn very fast.
Mm-hmm.
They can, it's like a clay which can be molded in any shape. So that's what I like about kids. And same thing in Hindi Manch and Indian language like Hindi. So my kids are younger kids and I always wanted the kids to learn our Indian language, Indian culture. And I always had a thought since we are here in US that there is sort of disconnect between our Indian culture and our American culture. And I always thought that the kids should know about Indian culture. And that passion always drove me very far to join with the Hindi Manch and then for the Shishu Bharati. And when I'm teaching at Shishu Bharati also, I always see that the kids are so interested and they bring more ideas. When we teach them, they bring more ideas. Same thing with the Hindi Manch.
How long you have been teaching at Shishu Bharati?
Shishu Bharati, it's been almost 10 plus years now.
10 plus. And what do you teach there?
I teach Hindi for 3rd grade and I have been volunteering from kindergarten to 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're talking about, you're fascinated with kids and all those things. I had 3 kids of my own and it is not easy to deal with them. So how you manage to deal with all these so many kids from different families coming together? How challenging it is?
I never felt it as challenging, truly speaking. It's fun with working with kids.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a very good way to look at them.
That's right. So that's what I always feel, that the kids are very friendly. And when you talk to them, they brings us idea and they teach to you. And then when you put your ideas to them, they are so easy to take your ideas and work with us. That's what I always feel. I feel it's very easy to work with kids.
And about Shishu Bharati, you teach in Lexington, or
Yeah, I teach in
and the classes are every Sunday, right?
every Sunday.
Okay. Now let's come back to Indian Americans for Burlington. You are now president of that organization.
That's right.
So how old is this organization and what is the mission of this organization?
Okay, so this year we are celebrating 10th anniversary of Indian American
10
Forum.
years. Huh?
Yes, 10 years.
Mhm.
So we are celebrating 10 years, and IIB is a now and old organization. The mission of IIB is to bring Indian American community together in Burlington and neighboring town. So we also do some educational. Our mission is to do the community work, educational things, and even the civic awareness.
So now I think Burlington is also Burlington, Shrewsbury. These are some of the towns which have the largest population of Indian Americans.
That's right.
That's true, right?
That's right.
And do you have any number that how many Indian Americans live in Burlington?
Nothing on top of my head, but
But it's a very sizable number.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so on this one, I have to ask you a question is because neighboring town of Burlington, Lexington, they also have a similar organization, which is much older than the Burlington. And politically, they are very active, actually. You know,
That's
is any in the Burlington has similar that type of plan or design or mission or no?
We do the civic awareness, but not exactly very close to any political thing. We don't support any political organization or anything like that. But civic awareness is a normal, like everyone must know about what's going on in the town, what are the things the town can bring to us. So we are having our event, and we do it we have been doing it from many years. So what we do is we invite all the candidates who are standing in the election,
For the local elections.
local town elections, and we do a meet and greet event. And it's an open event, and we keep an open question and answer forum on that. So people can ask questions, and there is an interaction forum on that. That's what we have been doing for many years.
Okay. So now, in addition to volunteering for the Hindi Manch, Shishu Bharati, and Indian Americans for Burlington, you also have a passion for art. So tell us that your story about the art.
So from childhood, I love doing art. My father is very good artist, and I have been always learning from him. He has always encouraged me doing artwork and taught me many art things also. So it's like a stress buster for me.
Mhm.
So when I feel very stressed, I like to do artwork. My recent art exhibit was done in Saheli event, and we also did an exhibit in Burlington Public Library.
So what is the biggest cause of your stress?
I'm a tax consultant, and March and April is a very stressful period for work. So we have to work on the weekends, and when I feel very stressed, I like to spend few hours with my colors, with my art. So that's what I like about it.
Now you mentioned about your father. So where is he, and where you grew up?
In India, my father is in a town called Shirpur. It's near Dhulia. It's a district Dhulia. So it's a small
In which
town.
state?
It's in Maharashtra.
In Maharashtra. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's also very passionate. He actually last 2 years back he came here, and it's been so many years. He's a business person. He has no time to spend with his hobbies. But when he came here, he pursued his hobby. And it was so nice to see him back doing his.
So, what type of business he has there in India?
We are having our automobiles parts business.
Business, okay. And what are his hobbies? Art, etc. Or
that's all. And I have not seen him doing art from many years. Because of his busy schedule. But the COVID was one time when he started doing again.
So what is one thing you have learned from your father? Just one thing.
Yeah, that's what. It's difficult to think just one thing about that. Right now, since we are talking about art, never give up. And art is something where you have always scope to do more. That's what I think I have learned from my father.
And what about from your mom?
My mom. What should I talk about my mom? As every child, father and mom is an idol. The same thing with my mom. She has given me all the Indian values, and yeah, that's what I'm very touchy about my parents. As
No, we
everyone
want to
is.
hear we want to share with our viewers. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Feel free to tell a story if you have. So, what is one of the some touching story you remember from childhood, either with your dad or with your mom, which really made you happy, cry, sad? Any story, since you were talking so passionately about your parents?
Hell, there's so many. We grew up in a very joint family, and mm, my mom, like, she was the eldest in the house, and we have now my parents have 4 brothers and 3 sisters, so we grew up in a very big family. So my mom always had that we have to be in the family with such a big people, so always taking care of each one's emotions and without hurting anyone. So that's what I have seen my mom throughout her life doing, and that's what I learned from her, which is always I loved the most important thing about my mom.
And what brought you to US, and when did you come to US?
Well, coming to US was never my thought. Well, it just happened that my husband got a job opportunity in US, and when we came initially in US, we never thought we were going to stay that long.
So, which year did you come to US?
We came in 2009.
2009.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was an arranged marriage or love marriage?
Arranged marriage.
Arranged marriage.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you this question now. So what do you think about arrangement? Now you have seen also a lot of love marriages as well.
That's right.
So what have you noticed any difference between these two, or it says it's the same thing, or one is better than other?
I don't know about love marriage because mine was arranged. But I
But
think,
you must have met some people who have a love marriage, or no?
yes, I have friends who have arranged love marriage. But I think arranged marriage is a commitment from day one. When you are committed to a person, you know that's the one that you are going to spend your life throughout. And you started liking the person when you know that you are committed to that, and everything around that person becomes yours. Just just as soon as, like in the arranged marriage in India, it happens, the girl and the boy come together, they see each other, and then they start liking, and they say, yes, it's okay. So this is my dream boy or dream girl. That's what we say.
So in India, of course, we grow up with that concept. We know that, our parents will arrange, and they do a good job, actually.
That's right.
So if you look at the success rate of marriage in India, is very, very high. Highest in the whole world, actually, if you really go by that. So now, feel free not to answer this, but I'm going to ask you this. Is, see, your son comes to you and says that, Mom, I need your advice about my marriage. What advice you will give it to your son?
Okay, so now since my son is here, I'm not sure what kind of a girl he will bring to me, but one thing I see is commitment. So I would say, once you commit with someone, don't break heart. So that's what I would suggest my son.
Deepa, thank you so much for your
Thank you so
time,
much.
and it was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you so much.
And we are looking forward to seeing you on April 26th.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.